Hello children, welcome back to our e-classes again. And here today this is your Priya ma'am from Alpha Group of Institutions. And today in this e-learning session we are going to discuss social studies, geography unit 2, that is climate and natural vegetation of India. What is the lesson name today? This is unit 2 from geography, that is climate and natural vegetation of India. So, in this lesson, what we are going to discuss first? We are going to learn about the factors which are controlling the climate of India. And the second one is, we will understand the characteristics of different seasons in India, and also to know about the rainfall distribution, then to study the different types of natural vegetation and wildlife in India. So, these are the four main topics which we are going to learn in this unit 2. So, let me repeat the learning objectives again. It means what we are going to get up, extract, we are going to discuss, we are going to learn from this unit are, first one is the factors which are controlling the climate of India. Second one is to understand the characteristics of different seasons in India. Next one, to know about the rainfall distribution. The last one, to study the different types of natural vegetation and wildlife in India. So, everything about India. Now, first one is introduction. We drink more water during summer and do not drink the same amount of water during winter. This is because of the prevalence of varying weather conditions between north and south. In this chapter, you will learn about the climate, rainfall distribution, natural vegetation and wildlife of our country. So children, you know well, right? In summer, we drink lots and lots of water, and in winter, we will avoid drinking water. We will not feel thirst, right? This is just because of the change in weather conditions, change in the climatic conditions. So this is the introduction of this lesson, and in this unit, we will learn about what the first one is: climate, rainfall, natural vegetation and wildlife of our country. So as this is unit 2, the first topic is 2.1, the factors affecting the climate. So what are the factors that affect the climate is the first topic. Climate of India is affected by the factors of latitude, distance from the seas, monsoon wind, relief features and jet stream. So these are the things which affect the climate of India: latitude, distance from the sea, monsoon wind, relief features and jet stream. So about all these we will learn individually under separate subheadings. Okay. So the first topic is latitude. Latitudinally, India lies between 8 degrees 4 and 37 degrees 6 and latitudes. The Tropic of Cancer divides the country into two halves. First, children, what is meant by latitudinally? Latitude, it means it is an angular distance like north or south of the Earth's equator, measured in degrees along a meridian or a map or a globe. So, latitudinally means it is a region of the Earth which is considered in relation to its distance from the equator. So, according to this, the Tropic of Cancer divides the country into two halves. Okay. The area located to the south of Tropic of Cancer experiences high temperature and no severe cold seasons throughout the year, whereas the areas of the north parallel enjoy subtropical climate. So, when the country is divided into two halves, children, the south side of the Tropic of Cancer, they will be having very high summer season, very high temperature, very hot, and they will not have winter seasons throughout the year, whereas the areas which are on the north side, they will be equally enjoying the pleasant climatic conditions, equally changeable climatic conditions. So here the summer temperature rises above 40 degrees centigrade and it is close to the freezing point during winter. Okay. Next comes to the altitude. So what is mean by altitude? Altitude means like that it is commonly used to mean the height above the sea level of a location. Okay, in geography the term elevation is often preferred to this usage. The vertical elevation of an object above the surface of a planet or natural satellite is called the altitudes. So when the altitude increases, the temperature decreases. When the altitude increases, what happens? Automatically the temperature also decreases. Temperature decrease is at the rate of 6.5 degrees Celsius for every 1000 meters of ascent. It is called normal lapse rate. So when the temperature decreases at the rate of 6.5 degrees Celsius for every 1000 meters of ascent is called normal lapse rate. Hence, places in the mountains are cooler than the places on the plains. So, as the temperature decreases at the rate of this for every 1000 meters, automatically what happens? The mountains, because they are higher from the earth's surface, they will be cooler. That place will be cooler than the places like what we are living on the plains, right? That is why the places located at higher altitudes even in South India have cool climate. So whether it is in North India or South India, the mountain areas, the hill areas will be having cool climate. For example, see here Ooty and several other hill stations of South India and of the Himalayan ranges like Mussoorie, Simla, etc. are much cooler than the places located on the Great Plains. So they are giving some examples here like Ooty, Mussoorie and Simla, etc. are some of the places which are having cooler than the places which are located on the Great Plains also, because the only thing is of the altitude, because they are the hilly areas, right? Yes. Now let us talk about the distance from the sea. The next topic is distance from the sea. Distance from the sea does not cause any temperature or pressure variation, but also affects the amount of rainfall. So here the altitude increases when the temperature decreases. So it is related to the temperature and it is showing its variations, like its variation in the temperature also, right? But here the distance from the T does not cause any temperature, does not cause only temperature and pressure variations. The distance from the sea causes temperature and pressure variations also, but also it shows another effect. Which effect is? It affects the amount of rainfall. So not only the temperature and the pressure variations, they also affect the amount of rainfall. A large area of India, especially the peninsular region, is not very far from the sea, and this entire area has a clear maritime influence on climate. So our India is not so far from the sea. As you know, children, we are surrounded by the sea, right? Oceans. So we will have a clear influence on climate. We are not so far from the seas, right? Yes. The part of the country does not have a very clearly marked winter and the temperature is equable almost throughout the year. So, this part which are not far from the sea, this part does not have very clearly marked, they will not have particular winter or the temperature is equal almost throughout the year. So areas of central and north India experience much seasonal variation in temperature due to the absence of influences. So some areas which are located in North India, North Indian side, okay, those places they will experience more variations in temperature because they don't have sea near to them. We South Indians only having, we are nearer to the seas, right? North India is not nearer to the sea, so they will be having they will be experiencing some variations in the temperature. And here summers are hot and winters are cold. So those North Indians will not have the sea nearer. So right, their summers will be very hot and winters also will be very cold for them. The annual temperature at Kochi does not exceed 30 degrees Celsius as its location is on the coast, while it is as high as 40 degrees Celsius at Delhi. So the annual yearly temperature at Kochi is what? Kochi is Kerala and we nearer to the sea. So it does not exceed more than 30 degrees Celsius. Okay, but whereas in Delhi, when we are comparing Kochi with Delhi, there is as high as 40 degrees Celsius at Delhi, because it is located in the interior part and not nearer to the sea. It is far from the sea. Air near the coast has more moisture and greater potential to produce precipitation. Due to this fact, the amount of rainfall at Kolkata, located near the coast, is 119 centimeter and it decreases to just 24 centimeters at Bikaner, which is located in the interior part. So when we are taking about the moisture in the air and the rainfall amount, in Kolkata is located near the coast. So when we take that into consideration, the rainfall is measured as 119 centimeters, but whereas Bikaner, which is located in the interior part of the country and it is distant from the sea, it is far away from the sea coastal area, it is just having 24 centimeters only because of it is located in the interior part. So this is a clear description about the distance of the sea. Okay. Next, let us discuss about the monsoon wind. The most dominant factor which affects the climate of India is the monsoon winds. It means the most dominant, one of the biggest factor which affect the climate of India is monsoon winds. These are several reversal winds and India remains in the influence of these winds for a considerable part of a year. So whenever we are getting these seasonal reversible winds, India will always get influenced by these winds and also this will affect our India for a part of an year. Though the sun's rays are vertical over the central part of India during the mid-June, the summer season ends in India by the end of May. It means even though the sun's rays are vertical directly over the central part of India during this June, but the summer season always ends in India by the May. But still, students, you may think that we will be feeling very hot till the month of July and August also, but actual summer ends in the month of May according to the reports, right? And it is because the onset of southwest monsoon brings down the temperature of the entire India and causes moderate to heavy rainfall in many parts of the country. So why? Because is when, for example, when we are facing this heavy summer, automatically on this other hand, the Kerala people will be facing the rainfall. They will be getting rainfall. So these are the climatic changes and conditions which are showing effects because of these monsoon winds and because of those winds which are coming from the rainy areas to these areas. The summer season also lasts with the month of May. Similarly, the climate of Southeast India is also influenced by the Northeast monsoon. The same way, even we are in Southeast, right? Southeast India is also influenced by whom? Northeast monsoon also. Now let us talk about relief. Relief of India has a great bearing on major elements of climate such as temperature, atmospheric pressure, direction of winds and the amount of rainfall. And here relief of India has a great bearing on major elements of climate such as temperature, atmospheric pressure, directions of wind and the amount of rainfall. The Himalayas acts as a barrier to the freezing cold wind blows from Central Asia and keep the Indian subcontinent warm. As such, the normal India experiences tropical climate even during winter. So, these Himalayas acts as a barrier to the freezing cold wind blows from the Central Asia and keep the Indian subcontinent warm. Means our India is saved by these Himalayas because these are the high hills which acts as a barrier. They stops this freezing cold which is coming from that side. Okay. So, by keeping our India, our country as warm. So, in the same way, the North India experiences tropical climate even during winter also. Now, we are talking about relief, children. Relief means what? Relief is essentially the opposite of flatness. Relief is typically, it is defined as the difference in height between the high point and the low point on the landscape in feet or in meters. Okay. And if we talk about these elevations, sometimes we also differentiate a region of otherwise uniform relief by pointing out its elevation relating to the surrounding regions. So, on the southwest monsoon, areas of the western slope of the Western Ghats receive heavy rainfall. So, what happens to the southwest monsoon? The areas on the western slope of the Western Ghats, they receive heavy rainfall. And on the contrary, vast areas of Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu lie in the rain shadow or leeward side of the Western Ghats receive very little rainfall. So, these areas of Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu lie in the rain shadow. Okay. They receive very little rainfall. And during this season, Mangalore, which is located on the coast, which is located near the sea area, gets a rainfall of about 280 centimeters, whereas the Bangalore located on the leeward side receives only about 50 centimeters rainfall. So, Mangalore is located near the coast and it is getting it's reported as it's getting 280 centimeters of rainfall, whereas when comparing to that Bengaluru, it is locating inside the country, right, not nearer to the coast. So, it receives only about 50 centimeters rainfall. This is the difference between the places and the temperature effect of temperature changes and variations in the temperature and rainfalls on the places will be also equally related to the where they are located. It means if they are located nearer to the coastal area, they will be totally different temperature climatic changes when compared to the places which are located in the interior region of the country. Okay. Next, let us talk about the jet streams. What is meant by jet streams? Jet streams are the fast moving winds blowing in a narrow zone in the upper atmosphere. Jet streams means this is also a moving in which moves very fast, blowing in a narrow zone in the upper atmosphere, not in the lower atmosphere, it is in the upper atmosphere. And according to the jet stream theory, the onset of southwest monsoon is driven by the shift of the subtropical westerly jet from the plains of India towards the Tibetan plateau, where it is travelling from the plains of India towards the Tibetan plateau. The easterly, so westerly, easterly jet, so west side and east side. The easterly jet streams cause tropical depression both during southwest monsoon and retreating monsoon. So, we will talk about the types of monsoons also, children. So, then you will get to know about what is meant by retreating monsoon and the southwest monsoon. Okay. So, with this 2.1 is over with the jet streams. In 2.2 we will clearly discuss about the types of monsoons also. With this 2.1 is over. Now, let us go to the 2.2, that is about monsoon. So 2.2 monsoon. The word monsoon has been derived from the Arabic word masin, which means season. So the word monsoon is derived from what? Arabic word masim, it means season. Monsoon means season. Originally, the word monsoon was used by Arab navigators several centuries ago to describe a system of seasonal reversal of winds along the shores of the Indian Ocean, especially over the Arabian Sea. So, in those days, some centuries ago, these Arab navigators, they used this word while to describe the seasonal changes. So while they were reporting the seasonal changes from the near the shores of the Indian Ocean, so mainly near the over the Arabian Sea, they used to use this word monsoon to describe the word season. It blows from the southwest to northeast during summer and from the northeast to southwest during winter. So these Arab navigators use the word monsoon to describe what? The seasonal reversal of winds. So, to talk about the winds, the seasonal reversal of winds to the shores of Indian Ocean and Arab Sea, they use this word monsoon. So, while talking about these winds blow from the southwest to northeast during summer. So, in the summer season, they blow from southwest to northeast. You have to underline this point, children. And during winter, these winds blow from northeast to southwest. So, reversal. First in the summer they used to come from southwest to northeast. Again in winter from northeast to southwest they will go back. Okay. So, monsoons are a complex meteorological phenomenon. Meteorologists have developed a number of concepts about the origin of monsoons. According to the dynamic concept, monsoon wind originates due to seasonal migration of planetary winds and pressure belts following the position of the sun. So, according to the dynamic concept, what happened? These monsoon wind starts these were created due to the seasonal migration, seasonal changes of planetary winds and also pressure belts according to the position of the sun. Okay. And during summer solstice, the sun's rays fall vertically over the Tropic of Cancer. Therefore, all the pressure and wind belts of the globe shift northwards. So, during summer season, what happens? The sun rays falls vertically on the Tropic of Cancer. So, what happens? On the other hand, what happens? All the pressure and wind belts of the globe, they shifts towards the northwards. At this time, Intertropical Convergence Zone (ITCZ), underline this, ITCZ means Intertropical Convergence Zone, also moves northward. Not only the wind belts and the pressure, this Intertropical Convergence Zone (ITCZ) also moves to the northward, and a major part of Indian landmass comes under the influence of southeast trade winds. So, when they are just moving towards the north, but what happens is the Indian landmass comes to the influence of southeast trade winds. So, while crossing equator, the wind gets deflected. While crossing equator, the wind gets deflected and takes the direction of southwest and becomes southwest monsoon. So, it changes its characteristics and the direction to the and takes the direction towards what? Southwest, and it becomes the southwest monsoon. As it takes the direction to the southwest side, it becomes southwest monsoon. So, the wind means monsoon, right? Okay, children? Yes. During the winter season, the pressure and wind belts shift to the southward. So, in the summer season, the pressure and winds where they just shift to the northward. In winter season, the pressure and wind belts shift to the southward, thereby establishing the northeast monsoon over this region. Such systematic changes in the direction of planetary wind is known as monsoons. So these changes of wind according to the directions, northward, southward, reversal winds, all these types of changes in the climatic weather, pressure belts, wind belts, or the systematic things which are happening, the systematic changes which were happening in the direction of all these planetary winds is called as monsoon. Okay. Now let us talk about the seasons. Seasons are of four types. The meteorologists recognize the four distinct seasons in India. So in India we have four seasons. What are they? Winter season. What first one is winter, second one is summer, rainy, and northeast monsoon. Now children, the winter season is also called as cold weather season. Cold weather season, winter season is from January and February, 2 months. Pre-monsoon season, summer season is also called as pre-monsoon season or hot weather season. It is from March, April, May. It is in the between March, April and May. Southwest monsoon, the rainy season is also called as southwest monsoon, and the period is June, July, August, September. Northeast monsoon season is October and December. It is also like a winter season. So first let us talk about the winter or cold weather season. So during this winter season or cold weather, let us talk like winter season, okay. During this period, the vertical rays of the sun falls over Tropic of Capricorn, which is far away from India. So during this winter season, the sun rays is falling in the Tropic of Capricorn. So it is not in the Tropic of Cancer. So Tropic of Capricorn is far away from India. So we will not get too much here. Too much heavy hot sun rays. Okay, so we feel very cool here. We will have winter season. Hence, India receives the slanting sun's rays, which results in the low temperature. So we just have a little bit of sun's rays in the slanting and not vertical rays. Vertical means directly straight. Slanting means just from far we get that. So it's a very low temperature only during winter season. The cold weather season. This winter season is characterized by clear skies, fine weather, light northerly winds, low humidity and large daytime variations of temperature. So during this season, first before going to this point, let us discuss this one. So this winter season is described as how, what are the characters of winter season? The skies will be very clear, the weather will be very calm and quiet, lightly northerly winds, not heavy winds as if in the rainy season, light winds, low humidity and between low temperature, okay, not very hot. So during this season, a high pressure develops over North India and northwesterly wind blows down the Indus and Ganges valleys. So when we are facing these North Indians will face the high pressure. They develop high pressure develops over the North India. And in South India, the general direction of wind is from east to west. So there the wind blows from north to west, but here in South India the general direction, so the wind blows from east to west. This is a small description about the winter and cold weather, children. And look here some more points. Let me read. The main temperature increases from north to south. Children, when I am teaching, reading and teaching from the PPT, you are if you are reading along with me in the PPT, right? Your concentration will be just reading the words. But rather than just look into the PPT and just listen, or else close your eyes and listen what I am teaching, so that the points will be fixed in your mind. Okay, they will settle in your mind how I am teaching. So the main temperature increases from north to south, the decrease being sharp and as one moves northwards in the northwestern part of the country. The mean here, the mean daily minimum temperature ranges from 22 degrees centigrade in the extreme south to 10 degrees centigrade in the northern plains and 6 degrees centigrade in Punjab. The rain during the season generally occurs over the western Himalayas, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So during this season, where will we get rains? In the western Himalayas, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So western disturbances and associated through in westerlies are main rain bearing system in northern part of the country. The jet stream plays a dominant role in bringing these disturbances to India. And these disturbances cause rainfall in Punjab, Haryana and Himachal Pradesh and snowfall in the hills of Jammu and Kashmir. This rainfall is very useful for the cultivation of winter wheat. Yes, and here the second one is, first one we spoke about the winter season, right? Second one is summer season. Summer or pre-monsoon or hot weather season. So the summer season is also called as pre-monsoon season or hot weather season. So during this season, the vertical rays of the sun falls over the peninsular India, hence there is a steady increase in temperature from south to north. It is practically hot and dry in the entire country in the initial part of this season. Okay, during the summer season, what happens is, the sun rays are not slanting here. Now the sun rays are vertical, just falling directly on the peninsular India. Hence, there is a steady gradual increase in the temperature from south to north of the India, and it is practically very hot and dry in this season throughout the country in the starting parts of the season. Like in the initial part, when the starting period of the season, we feel very hot and dry, isn't so? Yes. Weather over the land areas of the country is influenced by thunderstorms associated with rain and sometimes with hail mostly in the middle and later part. So what happens to the weather over the land areas of the country is, they will be influenced by the thunderstorms along with the rain. So these areas over the country, the weather changes, they will be influenced by the rain also, rain with thunderstorms and sometimes some like hail mostly in the middle and later part. So during this season, temperature starts increasing all over the country, and by April, the interior parts of South India record mean daily temperatures of 30 degrees centigrade Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius, right? Now listen. During this season, what happens? The temperature starts all over the country. Temperature means the summer, the hot climate change increases, and during the month of April, all the parts of the South India will daily record the 300 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees centigrade. Okay. Now, central Indian land mass becomes hot with daytime, maximum temperature reaching about 40 degrees C at many locations. So the places which are located in the central India will be having a very hot climatic in the daytime, which the temperature shows about 40 degrees C at many locations in the central India. So many stations like Gujarat, North Maharashtra, Rajasthan and North Madhya Pradesh exhibit high daytime and low nighttime temperatures during this season. So these are the places. What are they means? Gujarat, North Maharashtra, Rajasthan and North Madhya Pradesh. These are the places where they exhibit high daytime and low nighttime temperatures. The nighttime is very less. Okay, the daytime it means, for example, for us, for 6 o'clock we will start our night time. Okay, the sun sets, but maybe they will be having till 7 or 7:30 also they will be having this daytime. That is the timing of high daytime means. And because of the atmospheric pressure conditions, the wind blows from southwest to northeast directions in Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. What happened? Because of this atmospheric pressure conditions, these changes in the atmosphere, Because of these changes in these conditions, the wind blows from southwest to northeast direction in Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. In Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, the wind blows from southwest to northeast direction. So children, they bring pre-monsoon showers to the west coast during the north of May. So during this summer seasons in the south, in the north side, in the month of May, they will be getting some light rainfall, and there are few thunder showers called mango showers. These thunder showers are called mango showers, underline this point, which help in quick ripening of mangoes along the coast of Kerala and Karnataka. So during this summer, when we are getting a slight rainfall, the summer season we will get mangoes, right? So during this summer season, when they are getting the light rainfall, immediately all the mangoes will ripe fast. So that is why we call it as mango showers. Northwesters are Kalbaisakis, are the local severe storms. Northwesters and Sakis are the local storms or violent thunderstorms associated with strong winds and rain lasting for short durations. Even though the rain is lasting for very short duration, the wind will be very strong and the thunderstorms will be very high. So that is why they gave these two names for that. It occurs over the eastern and northeastern parts over Bihar, West Bengal and Assam during April and May. When does it occur? It occurs over the eastern and northeastern parts in the places of Bihar, West Bengal and Assam during April and May. These rainfall. They approach the stations from the northwesterly directions. Okay children. So here I have given the two maps in one page itself. This side, this map indicates the southwest monsoon in India. Southwest monsoon. Look the flow of wind, how it is blowing this side to this side. Okay. This is called southwest monsoon from the Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. And northeast monsoon means it is coming back to the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea. Here it is going from the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal, and in the northeast monsoon in India is coming towards the south side here to the Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. So this is for your reference children. Okay. Now the third season is rainy season. Rainy season is also called as southwest monsoon. We usually call rainy season, right? The other name for rainy season is southwest monsoon. The southwest monsoon is the most significant feature of the Indian climate. So this is only the helping hand for our Indians. So this is this southwest monsoon, this rainy season is the best feature for the Indian climate. The onset of the southwest monsoon takes place normally over the southern tip of the country by the first week of June, advances along the Konkan coast in early June and covers the whole country by 15th July. So these monsoons, this rainy season takes place normally when over the southern tip of the country by the first week of June. So by the first week of June, the mild rainfall starts. So in early June and covers the whole country by 15th July, all the country will get the rainfall. The rainfall starts all over the country. But these days, because of these, the natural disasters and the human influences, the climatic changes. The climate has changed according to the months, right? The monsoon is influenced by global phenomenon like El Nino. Prior to the onset of the southwest monsoon, the temperature in North India reaches up to 46 degrees C. So the monsoon is influenced by what? Global phenomenon. So because of this onset southwest monsoon, the temperature in North India reaches up to what? 46 degrees C. and the sudden approach of monsoon wind over South India with lightning and thunder is termed as a break or burst of monsoon. So these sudden rainfalls, the sudden rainfall winds, the monsoon winds, when they pass over South India, they pass when the rainy season starts during this month of June and July. What happens is a sudden monsoon wind starts coming over the South India, and they travel along with the lightning and thunder, and that is also called as break or burst. Any one name, break or burst of monsoon. Such winds are called burst of monsoon or break of monsoons. Then it lowers the temperature of India to a large extent. So this rainfall, this season lowers the India's global temperature to a very large extent. The monsoon wind strikes against the southern tip of India landmass and gets divided into two branches. One branch starts from Arabian Sea and the other from Bay of Bengal. What happens? The southern tip of India landmass and which is divided into two branches. One branch is starting from the Arabian Sea and the other is starting from the Bay of Bengal. The Arabian Sea branch of southwest monsoon gives heavy rainfall to the west coast of India, as it is located in the windward side of the Western Ghats. So, the monsoons which is starting from the Arabian Sea will give heavy rainfall to the west side coast of India, the places which are near the west side of the India, west coast of the India. And then the other thing, the other part which advances towards north is obstructed by Himalayan mountains and results in heavy rainfall in north. So the other part will be going towards the north, which is stopped by the Himalayan mountains and again results in the heavy rainfall in the north sides. And as Aravalli mountain is located parallel to the wind direction, Rajasthan and western part do not get much rainfall for this branch. And as this Aravalli mountain is directly standing as a barrier for this wind direction, it is acting like a barrier. As it is acting as a barrier, what happens? Rajasthan and the western part does not get rainfall when we are getting rains. And the wind from Bay of Bengal branch moves towards the north. Till now we have spoke about the wind which is passing from the Arabian Sea, right? Now we are talking about the wind which is passing from the Bay of Bengal. The wind from Bay of Bengal branch moves towards northeast India and Myanmar. It is passing towards northeast India and Myanmar. This wind is trapped by a chain of mountains, namely Garo, Khasi and Jaintia are mainly responsible for the heaviest rainfall caused by Monsoon located in Meghalaya. Later on, this wind travels towards west, which results in decrease in rainfall from east to west. So after that, what happens is this wind travels towards west and later it results in the decrease, very low rainfall from east to west. So they will be getting the less rainfall from east to west. And overall about 75% of Indian rainfall is received from this monsoon. So all the Indian rainfalls were received, 75% of the Indian rainfalls was received from these monsoons only. Tamil Nadu, which is located in the leeward side, receives only a meager rainfall. So Tamil Nadu is just located in the leeward side, corner side, it receives only a very less rainfall. Okay, and the last season is northeast monsoon season or post monsoon or retreating season. So northeast monsoon season is also called as post monsoon season. It is also called as retreat. There are three names for this season. The southwest monsoon begins to retreat from North India by the end of September due to southward shifting pressure belts. The southwest monsoon begins to retreat. The southwest begins to again retreat from North India by the end of September due to southward shifting pressure. Because of these pressure belts, again they will be retreating at the end of September. Towards what? Because of what? Because of the southward shifting, southward pressure belts. The southwest monsoon which returns from India landmass and blows towards Bay of Bengal. So again these will return from Indian mass to and blows towards what? First it is going from the Bay of Bengal, right? Now it is coming back to the Bay of Bengal. And the Coriolis force deflects this wind and makes it to blow from northeast. Hence it is known as northeast monsoon or post-monsoon season. So this force deflects what? The wind to make it makes again this wind to blow from northeast. That is why it is called as northeast monsoon, as it makes the wind to blow from the northeast side. It is called northeast monsoon or post-monsoon season. The season is associated with the establishment of the northeasterly wind system over the Indian subcontinent. Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and South Interior Karnataka receive good amount of rainfall according to 35% of the annual total. According to the annual rainfall report, when we are taking 35% of the rainfall is received by the people who are living in Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and South Interior Karnataka. So which is Karnataka regions which were falling beside the south side. Okay. Many parts of Tamil Nadu and some parts of Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka receive rainfall during this season due to storm forming in the Bay of Bengal. So maximum many parts, because Tamil Nadu is maximum falling onto the coastal side. So maximum many parts of the Tamil Nadu and some parts in Andhra Pradesh and some parts in Karnataka also receive rainfall during this season. Only because of the storms which are formed in the Bay of Bengal. Large scale losses to life and property occurred due to heavy rainfall, strong winds and storm surge in the coastal regions. So large scale losses to life will happen what? A very big loss of life and properties occur only because of the heavy rainfalls, strong winds and storm surge in the coastal regions. So people who are living near the coastal regions, when there is a heavy increase in the rainfall and strong winds and storms, there will be definitely a loss of life and property, because they may definitely lead to the cyclones. That is why it affects the life and survival of the people who are living very close to the coastal regions. Okay. The daytime temperature starts falling sharply all over the country. The mean temperature over northwestern parts of the country shows a decline about 38 degrees in October to 28 degrees C in November. So the temperature over northwest parts of the country shows it declined from about 38 degrees C in October to 28 degrees C in November. So with this, all the 4 types of seasons we have discussed, children. So 2.1 and 2.2 we have finished today, and try to complete reading, because this lesson is very easy to learn and to understand and to learn. So make sure to be prepared until what I have taught you today. Understand while reading, read line by line, understand the words. If you are unable to understand some hard words, underline it, search it in the Google or dictionary. If you are still unable to understand the meaning, immediately talk to your teachers who are available for you, and then you can clarify your doubts. So be careful while reading, children. Teachers are always there to help you, whatever help you need. Make use of your time and be safe, be careful at your home. So this is end of the session 1. So we have 2 parts in this chapter. First one is this, second chapter will be on 2.3, 2.4 and 2.5. So today let us end this session with part 1, 2.1 and 2.2. So thank you children and take care.